Something's wrong with my bike!
So the average dad has about 2.4 kids, and the average kid has about 1.7 bikes, which means that the average dad has to fix his kids' bikes about 37,000 times a day.
Dad, there's no air in my tires.
Now that math is completely made up, but math that isn't made up is that the average dad does have to fix his kids' bikes a lot.
The shifters won't work.
But he doesn't have the money or the space in his shop for a proper bike stand to do those repairs. But this little tiny product is fairly inexpensive, stores away neatly, and aims to fix that problem. So stay tuned to hear more about it. But real quick, what's up? Welcome to the workshop. I'm Jeff, and this is Fun Sized Adventures, where I try to help parents like you have some backyard fun with their kids on a budget. Now, if you're like me, you can remember back in the day when we were kids in the 80s and 90s, we would flip our bikes over in the garage to work on them all the time. But nowadays, we're not dealing with those one speeds with pedal back brakes anymore, and there's a lot of paraphernalia on the handlebars that will get broken if you flip the bike upside down to work on it. But that's where this comes in. This is from a brand called Bike Evolution. It's called the BikeVlip. So what this does is it snaps apart, forms two little V's. Take these, you slide your handlebar through there. It creates a little upside down teepee of sorts that your handlebars will rest on as it's upside down, keeping your handlebars themselves about 1.5 inches off the ground, thus protecting your handbrakes, your shifters, your phone mount, your bell, your light, anything else you might have mounted on your handlebars. It just keeps it from getting scratched up, as well as keeping your hand grips in good condition. And when you're done, you flip the bike back right side up, slip these off, snap it back together, stores away easy. Now currently on the Bike Evolution website, the BikeVlip retails for $23, and that may fluctuate. But you can also, for a couple dollars more, get it coupled together with what looks to be like a shower cap that you put on the bike seat so that the bike seat doesn't get damaged when you turn it upside down either, especially if you're doing this outside on a rougher surface. So my number one concern after looking at that is that 25 bucks or so seems pretty steep for what kind of looks like a piece of plastic as you're first looking at it. But once you have these in your hand, these are a very good build quality. They've got a very flexible yet strong rubber in the middle here that's kind of translucent, a more rubbery plastic on the edge, and then this is very flexible and it doesn't seem to have any issues with snapping. I've used this out on my gravel driveway multiple times, slid it around a little bit. There's no noticeable scuffs that didn't just wipe off. So considering the build quality and the fact that you're probably not going to be able to break this, $25 is probably fair, especially considering the cost of a proper bike stand. Now that's the next concern I want to talk about. That is they market this as the world's smallest bike repair stand, which is kind of, marketing speak, but at the end of the day, you can't really compare the two. A normal bike stand is going to be much bigger, much more expensive, take up space in your workshop or your garage, but then it's also going to hold the bike in a better position to work on and allow you to do more repairs that in more ergonomically correct situation. It's just going to be better all around that way. But like I said, that comes with a bigger price tag and taking up more space in your garage, your life. This is kind of like the bare minimum to get your bike in a position where you can work on it without having to have somebody hold it up. So sometimes you're going to be hunched over, you're not going to be in the most ergonomically correct position to be working on a bike, and things are going to be a little bit wonky. But the trade-off is that it is much cheaper, and also you could take this, you could throw it in your car, you can throw it in your pocket if you're out riding on the trail and like your chain pops off or something. This is something that you could always have with you to make those repairs, and you're just not gonna be doing that with a full bike stand. If I had a big bike stand, that would be a funny clip to insert right here, is me trying to ride my bike carrying a bike stand, but I don't have one. So I think that's where this really shines, is if you're just an everyday dad who works on bikes for their kids occasionally, but not a lot, you can take this, you can hang it up on your pegboard in your workshop. It's going to take up no space, but it's going to help you hold those bikes up when they inevitably need to be fixed.
I smashed into a trash can and there's a bunch of raccoons. There's bees in my bike seat.
That's right, hit my bike.
And they already popped the tires and they stung me in the arm.
Miles' head is stuck in the bike.
Going like this to me.
And also how I spoke about being able to take this with you. If you take your kids riding on some trails that are not at your house, you got to fit all those bikes in the car. Oftentimes you have to take wheels off, different things, in order to get all the things in the van. Even I go for after work bike rides sometimes with my bike. I take the front wheel off, put it in the trunk of my car. And I used to have to put the front wheel back on with just holding the bike upright, and that was kind of cumbersome. It was always slightly off, and that made the disc brakes rub a little bit if I didn't get it perfect. With these, I can quickly pull these out of my trunk, put them on, flip the bike upside down, put the wheel on, and it's much easier to get that properly aligned that way. And then I don't have that disc brake going every time it goes around, which is super duper annoying. So if that's you, just an everyday dad, occasionally needing to make repairs of your kids' bikes, I think this is great for you. If you're interested in finding out more, follow the link down in my description. It'll take you to the Bike Evolution website and give you all the information about this as well as current pricing. And that is an affiliate link. I'll make a small amount if you decide to purchase it. But if you don't, no skin off my back. I just want to help you get out there and have some fun with your kids. But now that you know how you're going to hold your bike up to work on it, you're probably going to need some tools. And if you want to know more about this tool, check out this video right here where I'll tell you all about this M19 multi-tool from Crank Brothers that'll get most of your little tune-ups done, whether in your shop or on a trail side. See you over in that video. Until next time, get out there with your kids, with your bikes, have a fun-sized adventure of your own.
And beyond.